Brandon, Zach's new. This is his first tape on Central. Let's see how he does. Let's get into it.
Oh.
So at the top of the lineup,
He's a Hawk?
he's a Phoenix.
Oh, excuse me.
Rising from the ashes, George Springer, because, listen, you think back to last year, he was nicked and dinged all season long, and it affected him. Got hot at the end of the season, but the Toronto Blue Jays, with him in the lineup, are 51-31. And with him out of the lineup, they're 43-41. So they need him to stay healthy atop the lineup all year long, and he will do exactly what he's always done. He's an electric factory for them, all right? A top 5 hitter in MLB from 2019. Third best slug behind Trout and Tatis since the start of 2019. So you keep 4 healthy, you're doing things. All right, who's the unicorn with the gorgeous mane and the horn on his head? But look at this. Bo Bichette right there, all right? Not swinging the bat particularly well last night, but the defense was on display.
Right here. Oh, play with it!
What a play. Look at the situation, bases loaded, plus the shards of the bat coming at you. Matt Chapman, a guy who you haven't played a ton with, diving past you, taking it all into consideration, and then the double play on Josh Donaldson with Espinal right here. Give me a pirouette. Let the hair go.
That's beautiful, man.
The metrics they're a little all over the place with him. He's got a +7 in defensive run saves since 2019, but he's -9 in outs above average. He's a minotaur. He's got the head of a bull, all right? And he swings like one as well. 2022, let's get loose, 5 for 15 with a homer and 4 RBIs.
Oh.
But he leads all of baseball with 49 bombs since the start of 2021. He hit this epic, just missile shot the other day at Rogers Center, and he's going to battle for the AL MVP as well. But the story was the guy on the mound, Alek Manoah, and he's my centaur, okay? Half man, body of a horse, because he is downhill cheese with a nice feel for a slider, and we're incorporating a third pitch to the arsenal this year. Been throwing a ton more changeups. His heater, he's got those 2 different planes. He's got the 2-seamer that he jammed Giancarlo Stanton on, and then he has this almost rising 4-seamer that was blowing away DJ LeMahieu all night. There was a couple calls off the edge that the Yankees weren't happy about, but number 6 is an absolute beast on the mound. And you take a look since the start of 2021, lowest opponent average right there, Freddie Peralta, Max Scherzer, Alek Manoah, and Carlos Rodon. Lowest opponent slug on the heater, Ranger Suarez, who had a tough night last night against the Metsies, and Alek Manoah right behind him with Wainwright and Hauser. So,
same 2 teams tonight, Kikuchi and Cortez. The Yankees, by the way, have allowed 2 or more runs. They've allowed the first 2 or more runs in each of their first 4 games this season. So they've been behind every game this season, obviously hoping to reverse that trend and get a win tonight. All right, let's go to Arlington for the Rockies and the Rangers, and we had controversy there. Rangers home opener for 2022, 8th inning. C.J. Cron, 3-3 game. That's a 4-3 Rockies lead now on his 2nd homer of the year. But in the bottom of the ninth, the Rangers are down to their final out. Willie Calhoun comes off the bench and sends a moonshot to right field, and we're tied at 4. 10th inning now.
That had to feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Rockies have a 5-4 lead. This is Connor Joe.
Get to know Connor Joe.
That's his 2nd home run of the season, and the Rockies take a 6-4 lead. Okay, this is where the controversy occurs. Bottom 10, Adolis Garcia, 2 on, 1 out. Grounded to 3rd. Throw to 2nd. Ball a little offline. And then the throw to 1st is crazy. Run scores. But the Rockies challenged that there was slide interference, that Mitch Garver interfered with the play, and as a result, the call on the field is overturned. Both runners, 1st and 2nd, are called out, and the Rockies hang on to win by the final of 6-4. We're going to dive into that much deeper.
I mean, you just
throughout the
changed
course of the show.
of the entire season with that call. I'm not
Red
kidding.
Sox, Tigers. Bases loaded for Miggy. That's a sac fly, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
I'm challenging every double play from now into eternity.
This is Christian Vasquez. Second inning. Oh, look at Javi Baez. Look at Javi Baez. Terrific stuff here.
Detroit's uni at home is clean.
It is. It's clean. It's classic. All right, fifth inning now. It's the former Tiger, J.D. Martinez. That's a solo homer. And we're tied at 1. Ooh, keep the hands in, J.D. Now, bottom of the 8th. Game tied at 1. Man on for Javi Baez. Goodbye. Javi Baez, the 2-run homer. Tigers win 3-1. Here's Javi on his big hit last night.
The big things that I do, during that bat, I try to keep my plan the same, depends on the situation. And, I know they pitch to me a lot of fastballs up, so I stay with the fastball, and, it was pretty high, but I'm just glad that I got to it.
That was the 8th time in Javi Baez's career that he's hit a go-ahead homer in the 8th inning or later. Of course, of the previous 7, 6, 1 was with the Mets, and 6 were the Chicago Cubs. And we've commented over the past several months that it was harder for us to believe that the Cubs couldn't keep one member of that core, but they're now all dispersed throughout a handful of Major League rosters.
Yeah, it's interesting. You'll never know what these guys were offered with the Cubbies.
Right.
Ed Hoyer always said it's fair market value, and, that remains to be seen. We weren't in those meetings. But one thing I do know, right, is these guys live for the big moment. And I think these 2016 world champion teammates, you look at Javi, you look at Kris Bryant, you kind of look at what they do to kind of give a facelift to an organization. I want to dive in on El Mago first, all right? Because these guys are winners, periods, and he looks unbelievable in that uniform, okay? Let's bring up opening day Detroit lineup from this year to last year. Robbie Grossman at the top. Love the Austin Meadows get. But you put Javi in the middle of that lineup. If we're getting Javi at the end of last year, with the plate discipline he presented with the New York Mets, it's a different hitter. But then it gets a little pressure off Miguel Cabrera. You got Jonathan Scope, Akil Baddoo kind of, and you can hide a Spencer Torkelson, who you know is going to eventually hit. And don't sleep on the Tucker Barnhart locking up defensively, a 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. So it brings so much excitement, so much defensive prowess. We can get back into the tape. You get Tucker Barnhart up the chute, you get Javi Baez up the chute, and you start doing some things. And he has a flair for the dramatic. I mean, how many times? A.J. Pollock will tell you he's got to catch this 10 out of 10 times. But for some reason, when Javier Baez gets invested in these plays, I mean, the guy from Pittsburgh couldn't even tag him, didn't even know the rules. He starts to make people uneasy.
Javi was very quick to notice
that he didn't have it. A.J. Pollock. And then the defense is for days, right? You got to be able to shore up the middle of the diamond. You got to be able to turn every double play you're supposed to turn, and you got to have a flair for the dramatic, and he does it like nobody's business. He's gotten off to a good start. And then last night, you tell your young kid at home, I want you free and easy at the dish. My God, is that free and easy at the dish? The ball is getting in the way of a good swing. There ain't too many guys who will play in the big leagues that ever get a chance to swing a bat like that, okay? And we can go back to what he meant to the Cubbies, playing all over the diamond, his ability to tag. He changed the landscape of the way people tag.
Right here. Look
and this poor guy. I mean, we're doing things we've never seen before. You just got to step on first base and he's out, but it never happened. And then flip it over to Kris Bryant. Listen, I was shocked when he went to the Rockies. I didn't understand it. You had Arenado there, a homegrown guy. You end up letting him go to St. Louis, and you basically sign Kris Bryant and create the same thing, maybe 20, 30 million less. But he brings stability again to the lineup. He's gotten off to a good start. Bud Black's won his 1,000th game. You know he's going to be comfortable there. He's going to hit in the middle of that lineup, and I'm going to be honest with you. When you focus on this Rockies lineup, S-Rod, can we bring it up? It's sneaky.
Yeah.
Connor Joe at the top of the lineup. He went deep yesterday. He's gotten off to a great start.
I like
C.J. Cron the last year and a half has raked for this team. Brendan Rodgers, slow start. You know he's going to hit. Ryan McMahon, Randall Grichuk, walk with Elias. So not shocked, but shocked they've gotten off to this nice little start that they're on. But just to see the two Cubby guys go over there and kind of bring a stability to the lineup was nice sitting there watching the games last night.
Yeah, going back to the Red Sox and Tigers, they have another afternoon game. Rich Hill will make his Red Sox debut for 2022 as he opposes Tyler Alexander. That game coming from Detroit. We're just getting started on this edition of MLB Central. We've all seen Brett Phillips pitch before.